Now, I wanted to create this really quick video to address a problem that's cropped up many times and has recently come up in the WPTuts Academy, which is about scope creep. Now, if you don't know what scope creep basically is, all it means is when you provide a client with a list of all the things you're going to do and what you're going to charge them for doing those things, they agree to it, and then when the project starts, things start to happen. In other words, extra features are requested, changes are made that actually have more work that fall outside the scope that you provided, hence the term scope creep. Now, this is a problem, but one way that I found to address this is to not limit the client's ability to change their mind and add things in. In fact, embrace it. Now, this might sound counterintuitive, but let me explain why. This approach actually makes a massive difference in how you cover yourself and you make it clear from the onset how this is all going to work. I've got a section inside my project agreement that is signed before the project starts, and this is all about changes and revisions. I'm not going to read all of this, but basically what it says is, these are all the things we're going to do for you, but we understand that you may need to change your mind and add new things in, and we're going to be flexible to that idea. But there's two caveats to this. The first is, you put in there that says that this won't be a problem where possible. Now, this could be possible based upon technical limitations, different pricing limitations, or the fact you just don't have the time to add in new features right now. This then gives you the ability to be flexible, but also that you tell the person where possible we'll do this, but there will be a separate estimate for that additional change or that scope creep. So what you effectively do is you put into your agreement that they sign at the beginning of the project that says, if you want to change your mind, we're totally open to the idea. You can change it, but we have the right to say, no, we won't want to do it, or we can't do it. But you also include the fact that making those changes has a cost implication. If they don't understand that, it may be worthwhile talking them through this at the time of getting them to sign it so they understand what they're signing. But the beauty of this is it's all written in plain English. This is where my recommendation for how you set something like this comes in. I'm a big fan of what's called the contract killer. Now, this is available on a website. I'll put the details down below. There is a charge for this, but it's like £11 or probably about $13. It's pretty much nothing. You get free updates for 1 year. I got no affiliation to this. This is what my contract is based upon. And the beauty of this is it takes all that technical jargon and throws it out of the window. So all the legal stuff that scares the living bejesus out of most potential clients is removed. I know my contract went from like 12 pages down to 2 pages, and it's already a lot more accessible. The beauty of this method is it's all written in plain English. It removes that fear barrier from your client. Everything is easy to understand. And when they do want to talk about the horrible small print, there's a little section inside you that just outlines how it all works. It just says, like a parking ticket, neither of us can transfer this contract, etc., etc., etc. Real world scenarios, real world understandable English. Makes it so much easier. And I have found this converted so much better than my previous contract, which, like I said, was 12 pages long. So if you are in that position where you're struggling with scope creep and you want to see one way of handling it that makes it easier for you to say no if you don't want to use it, and also price accordingly and add additional charges on for that scope creep, I would recommend checking this out. I'll put a link to the contract killer templates down below. I've got no affiliation to this. I get nothing from it. I've been using this myself for probably over 10 years now, and it's made a massive difference in my conversion rate when it gets to that point of getting the client to sign things and get that all-important deposit sent over. Check it out. I think it's really useful. And for the price, it's a no-brainer. As always, all applicable links are in the description. If you've got any comments, questions, or feedback, let me have them down below. My name is Paul C. This is WPTuts, and until next time, take care.